Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? My wife, Angela Hiley, is going to go ahead and kick this one off.
Hell, motherfucking yeah. John Hiley is Cheech tonight.
I kind of look like I am, don't I?
Yeah, because you're like super duper tired.
We are tired not only because of the crazy Mobile Tech Expo, but like everybody who went there basically looks like a zombie afterwards. I mean, big time event where every single night something was going on, and on top of that, we're talking about massive amounts of get shit done the next day.
Yes.
Combined with lots of hydration.
Yes.
Lots of these little German drinks that I drink, these Underbergs.
Lots of alcohol. Like Wade said, he said, it's all about surviving the gauntlet.
Yeah. If you guys want to know who Wade is, go to my wall on Facebook and look at the video that just went up. I mean, it went on in the PDR Tool Time Revolution as well. And tons of people are commenting. It's like the funniest video. I cranked it together, and it was about the Dent Olympics. And I'm not going to tell you too much because we'll get into that on the next podcast. Because what we're doing right now is we're covering the first 3 nights at the event.
Yes.
We're going to leave you hanging on one thing. But that's a longer story, so we have to leave you hanging on that. That might even be one podcast one day.
Yeah, this might be a 3-part series.
It may happen to be that way. Yeah, I might have to come back to that one event. But what we're going to do tonight is talk about the first 3 nights, when we got there, what goes down, you know what I mean, and what a good time we had, basically.
Yeah, we flew in on Tuesday. And after flying and going to the grocery store, I was just like, we cannot go down to the bar area. We must relax.
Right. Did we do that?
Yeah, we relaxed Tuesday
we did,
night.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. I don't even
Mike
remember
came in a little. Remember, Mike came in tipsy, and I thought he was like sober. And you're like, no,
that's
have
right.
some drinks.
Yeah, he told us he was going to get up and meet me and John at the gym at 7 a.m. And then he didn't wake up till 11.
Yeah.
So.
But he said that he wasn't hungover. He said he just enjoys his sleep.
Enjoys his sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't have a bunch of kids jumping on him.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So, but we still hit the gym while we were up in there. Me and Johnny did. They actually at the Mobile Tech Expo, they got a freaking full blow like external gym outside that place. Like, it's not even connected to the hotel. It's like connected to the pool, and it's like a free floating building. And
oh, really?
Yeah. It's got a second floor. It's got like weights up to about 70 pounds, dumbbells. It's kind of, that's normally you go to a hotel, they go up to like 35 pounds. So you got to figure out all these weird ways to try to get your workout in, We
were at what hotel were we
down there
at?
at the Hank Williams Jr. show?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the 25-pound weights that were there.
No.
That was the worst gym ever, though, at the hotel we stayed in Virginia Beach.
The hotel we stayed at, where the Mobile Tech Expo, that's the
Caribe Royale. Caribe Royale.
Oh.
I have a hard time saying them Italian words, man,
I don't think that's Italian.
But I'll tell you what, you ever heard of the beer? You guys ever heard of the beer Jobel? Jobel? It's a cheap beer, man. It sounds like it'd be expensive, right? I mean, pour me a glass of Jobel. But it's like right as cheap as like Old Milwaukee. And that was my dad's beer. And all of his buddies, they drink this stuff in a gold can called Jobel.
But what did they call it, though?
I never knew it was called Jobel until I was like 30 years old when somebody finally told me that's what its name was. They all called it Gobel. Which definitely sounds a little bit more hillbilly,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's some nasty beer, too.
Is it?
They liked it. They liked it, so... Yeah, I'll tell you what, they used to make any kind of a situation a gambling situation. They would even pitch beer cans in a trash can and bet on it. We can try that sometime. Going back to the Mobile Tech Expo. All right. So I don't even know how I went down that rabbit hole. We were talking about French names, right?
French names? You said Italian.
The Caribe Royale.
I don't think it's...
The Caribe Royale.
I don't know.
I should say that when we check in.
But that's not where it's going to be
like, this is the
next year.
Caribe Royale.
That's not where it's going to be next.
That's right. It's going to be at the Orlando Convention Center. That place looks pretty dope, though.
I guess we'll see what happens.
That's right. That's right. So we didn't go out the first night, right? Chilled, got our rest. And the second night, woo, Lord.
Woo, Lord. Andrew was drinking Jaeger.
I went on down there by the outdoor bar. I mean, that's where it goes down to begin with.
Yeah,
right?
And the first person we ran into was Craig from Anson.
Craig from Anson, Jordan Fisher, all the mates down there, you know, all the Jordan Fisher peeps, Kevin, all them guys down there. And
what are you trying to do? Are you trying to have like an English
we say
accent?
mate. I always call Jordan Fisher mate. I'm always like, are you English or Australian, man? I thought the Australian people always said mate.
Is it English?
Like Crocodile Dundee, you know what I mean? Hey, mate, Heidi, mate. You know, they're like the only people that like truly like us Americans. Like deep down, you know?
What was it Jordan Fisher said? He's like, we come to America and everybody's getting skinnier and we're getting fatter.
Yeah. Except for me, they said I was getting buffer and I made everybody look bad. That ain't a bad compliment.
No.
Yeah, I still have fat days, though.
Oh, my God.
One of them days that a girl goes through, I feel hollow inside.
You feel hollow inside?
I don't know words above and beyond the hook.
You standing there looking at your side view, grabbing that little bit of chub you have left.
I hate that stuff, man. I couldn't get rid of that little love handle thing. Man, there ain't no way. I when I was at my best, I could not get rid of that. And that's what I'm talking about when I was like 17 years old and was wrestling and lifting and going crazy in the gym. Ripped. You could see, abs start coming through. Still had them things.
That's okay, though. We all have flaws.
I'm going to get one of them freezing things done to them.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to have them bitches frozen off.
Frozen? Oh.
I'm going to save me a lot of time at the gym. Like, fuck. Freeze that shit, man.
Yeah. Freeze that shit off.
Hey, the owner of the gym, they actually do that at our gym. It's like expensive, $600. Owner of the gym says he had it done. Mm-hmm. First he said he couldn't tell, but then he's like, man, I've been eating like shit. And they take before and after pictures, and he's like, yeah. He's like, they went away.
They went away. They probably took the after photo and then went in there and like photoshopped it.
Yeah, I could have done that. They would take the before. They would want to take the before and Photoshop it. Because somebody else could take the after. You just make them look a little fatter than the before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to keep the before photo for yourself,
Yeah. Yes.
So, crazy night that night.
Wait a minute.
Keep me on track.
Yeah, we left out hanging out with my BFF, Corey Fisher.
That's right. We did meet Corey Fisher down there.
And he was like, too legit to quit. He was wasted.
He's funny. Funny guy, man.
He had to, that was the night that I ran into a bunch of weirdos. So I ran into one. And then Corey saved me because John was, I think you were talking to Jordan Fisher and all them guys. Corey saved me and he's like, oh, come on, Angie, let's go over to the bar and have a drink. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I ended up making him take a shot of Jaeger with me. And he had this crazy look in his eyes like, I can't believe you're making me fucking do this.
Look, I ain't gonna lie, guys. Look, 95% of the people down there, you're gonna be like, man, you are like a cool motherfucker. You're gonna run into 2 to 5 people that you're gonna be like, where the fuck did you come from?
Exactly.
And it's insane, man.
And the stuff that comes out of their mouth, you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, one guy said he knew me and all this and that, and I'm looking at him like, that's the guy that Corey saved me from the first time, and I was just like, I don't know who the fuck you are, I don't know anything about you, and whatever you're saying is you're a wackadoodle. Wackadoodle.
But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm not just talking about like weird, like, oh my God, I seen you. I'm just talking about like
weird vibes. You know what I mean? Like them type. Like not the ones like, oh, if I went up to John and Angie, they would think I was weird because I'm normal, or like, hey, how you doing, man? You know? No, I'm talking about like weird vibes.
It's like where whatever's coming out of their mouth, you're standing there like, huh? Like, what the hell just happened? Like a Twilight Zone.
Why can't
like
people
the
just
Twilight
fucking
Zone, like that weird moment, like
yeah.
do 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 do.
Exactly.
That's what it was. That's what it was like Wednesday night when I ran into like.
Yeah.
I think I ran into like 2 or 3 of them.
And that was kind of my Friday night, but I ain't gonna tell you about that yet.
Yeah, you had a.
Actually, I know who the guy is, but I'm not gonna mention his name because I'm just not gonna do that. You know, I don't want to start anything. I don't want people, you know, harass. I mean, he's not a bad guy. I mean, he's not a bad guy. He just tried to run some sort of retarded game on the wrong person, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, everybody.
He got called out.
Unfortunately, all the people probably around me sees John Hiley just telling some guy how it is, and they didn't hear the backstory. But you guys will hear the backstory. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to keep you on the hook. So if any of you guys were in there, you heard that, that's fine, man. You know what? A lion's not going to apologize for being a lion, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to apologize for that. And especially when I heard the same dude approached one of the nicest women that I had ever met on planet Earth and was doing the same bullshit that would cause any man to want to flip out, especially if he was doing it to a woman. I'm not going to mention her name either, you know, because I just don't.
One of my BFFs.
Not about it. I'm not about doing that kind of stuff. I don't want to get people in any ruckus, right? We'll talk about that story though. I'll tell you about that story next week.
Okay.
That might be a whole podcast, you guys.
Okay, now let's bring it back.
Dun dun dun.
Let's get some positive energy flowing
get
now.
into here.
Yes.
We're away from that shit.
Yes. Get rid of that aggressive tone.
We're away from it. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yes. You feel better now?
Yeah. You remember the first time I did my meditation in front of you and I started doing that?
Yeah,
she told me she would leave me alone. And I'm like, I bet you I can get her to come in there and be like, do you really do that?
I was just like, what the
What was I doing? I told you I was going to. Yeah, I was going. I do meditate though, guys. You guys should try that, man. Mm-hmm. Somebody like me that can. I ain't gonna lie, you know, I need to be simmered down sometimes. I'm a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We talked to Sal that night too. I always enjoy talking to him. He's like a nice. Every time I'm around him, it's like it's like this peaceful soul.
Yeah, you gotta love Sal. You won't know what to think about him when you first meet him though, because he ain't gonna let you in his trust circle. Sal is very mysterious when you first meet him. Except for her, because you know.
Yeah. There's just something.
What did you say? You guys are both Pisces or something like that?
Yeah, we're both Pisces. But Corey Fisher is a Pisces too.
I have no idea what the fuck that means, guys, but I'm just gonna go with it.
It's our zodiac sign. I think that's why, like, Sal and I, it's like we see each other, and it's just like this nice, peaceful, positive conversation, and very uplifting.
One time I looked at it wrong. I thought I was a Cancer, and I was like, "Oh fuck no!"
No.
It's like no. I apologize to any Cancers out there, but...
No, you're a Sagittarius.
Am I?
Yeah.
Would it be a Sagittarius? I kind of like that. Isn't that the Scorpion thing?
No, you're not a Scorpio.
What is a Sagittarius?
I don't know. I would have to Google.
I bet that's that buff dude that shoots arrows and he's half horse, half man.
I think it might be.
No fucking way.
Wait a minute. Google that on your phone really quick.
All right. Tell him what happened. I'm going to Google it. What's a Sagittarius? It also sounds like a dinosaur, too. Like a...
No. Pisces are fish.
They are kind of like untrusting, but once they like you, they don't trust you. Then they're like, woo, you know, they'll come up to the, you know.
I'd say we definitely have our guard up. We're kind of like analyzing you and trying to figure out if you're like good or bad. It's all about the energy.
So I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah. But the second weirdo that, actually, Corey Fisher and I were together again, and we were outside, and
I am the motherfucking arrow dude on a horse shooting something in its head.
That would be you.
That is a representation of me, kind of.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with y'all, man, if I was back in the Viking days, I I probably would have killed fucking some people by now.
Yes. It would have.
Hey,
Sorry,
man.
I'm talking to my dog at the same time.
Guess what, man? That was the days and the times where this whole stuff across the computer, guys, just all that stuff, hiding behind the keyboard. That stuff didn't work, man. You was back in the Viking days. You piped off somebody. You was about to step outside and get your swords on.
I know. Every time you saw a guy with like a good-looking beard, you were like, "You remind me of a Viking."
I had a whole crew of Vikings.
I know.
We all knew.
Yes. You guys would all get that certain
We would always nod
look,
at each other,
yeah,
too.
a certain look in your eyes. But the second weirdo that I ran into, Corey Fisher and I were outside and he was smoking a cigarette, and this guy came up to us and started talking, and then next thing you know, he like looks at his watch and he says something like, "You have 7." This is what I remember, but Corey Fisher told me something else. But he like looked at his watch and he said something like, "You have 7 minutes to tell me how you guys will be doing something totally different," or something like that within the next year.
I would literally look at him and said, "You got 30 seconds to get on my face before I punch you in your throat."
Well, that's what I thought he said, and Corey Fisher said something like he wanted him to suck his
Wow.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Didn't Josh Jones say the same guy hit on him?
Try to get him to go out to his car.
Yeah, man. You gotta watch out. There's like, he wasn't even over there for you, babe.
No.
He was over there for Mr. Fisher.
Yeah. He
was fishing for a Pisces fisher.
Yeah.
Who was a fish.
Yeah, Corey Fisher.
Because he's a Pisces.
Well, Corey Fisher, he wears his, his heart on his sleeve, and it's either, it's you love him or you hate him. There's no in between.
Yep. And we ran into Mr. Josh Denton Jones.
Yes.
That was on that night too, wasn't it? The first night?
I can't remember if it was Wednesday. I thought it was...
Motherfucker comes in there looking...
I thought it was Thursday evening we ran into him when Marissa and Wade came in.
Everything blends
together. He was so dapper.
Oh, yeah. He came in suit on, smelling perfect.
He didn't have like a full suit. He had like a really nice pair of jeans, dress shoes, a nice jacket, a tie, dress shirt, had the little silk handkerchief. He was very dapper. Very, very well put together.
He was looking so good, I had to ask him if he was gay.
Yeah. He's like, no.
No.
And then John's like, just a little gay?
No, I did the Mark Zirkis. That's the Mark Zirkis. Just a little gay, no?
Yeah, but then Kyle was with us too, remember? And he's like, everybody thinks I'm gay.
Yeah, because Kyle's Mr. Handsome dude too. Because there's a thing where there's like the rugged handsome, and then there's that fashion model handsome. You know what I mean? The clean cut.
Yeah.
And and so
just
that's
one
them,
or
that's
the
them
other.
guys.
Yeah. But I think that was Thursday night though, when we were hanging out with Wade and Marissa.
Yeah. So what even going through our thing? I remember Thursday night. We got through. Was that Thursday?
Wednesday night. I think Wednesday night was like a blur because that was the first night we were down there and we were super excited and drinks were flowing and conversation. And it's like,
man, I didn't even buy a drink that night. I just realized my credit card didn't even come out of my pocket.
No, and
awesome.
Here's the thing. I was just like, we bought all this beer and stuff like that, and I was like, oh man, I wish I had like a purse cooler or something. I would have put like beer in it and brought it down there. And John shot that idea down, but everybody else that I told to, they're like, no, that is such a good idea. But everybody just bought everybody drinks.
I don't know, man. I kind of feel like that's like the people who bring candy bars and hide them to go into the movies. You know what I mean?
There is nothing wrong with that. The prices are ridiculous. There is nothing wrong with that.
I guess I'm the one who doesn't think about that stuff. It's so weird. Like, people always ask me, be like, did you see that gas went up 20 cents yesterday? And I'm like, I can't even remember the time I fucking looked at a gas price pump on the pump.
Well, I think
I can't even remember the time when I ordered something on a menu and I was like, well, the steak's a little more than the chicken, so I think just to keep on a budget, I'll go with the chicken.
Well, I think really the last time we ever looked at gas prices was when George W. Bush was president, and it was like $5 something a gallon.
Well, that's because we were driving a '99 Expedition back then. We were driving from an hour and a half drive both ways every day because I was working in Cincinnati.
Yeah, doing the mobile.
But we were making much more money than, like, you know, the average person, so we were able to cover it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was some expensive shit. I remember putting like $90 in that thing every 2 days or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was like the last time we kind of like looked at the gas and was just like, what the fuck?
That is when I decided to pack all my tools in your Mustang.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, I'd made it work. Like, I didn't have any long, tools or anything like that. But back then, I was doing car lots and mainly door dinging. If we had a hailstorm, I'd pack up my Expedition. But yeah, that was crazy back then.
Yeah, I don't even think you drove the Expedition around that much. I think we just finally decided that you're gonna drive the Mustang, and then I just drove the Expedition around because I don't drive that much.
Right.
I don't drive that much at all.
So now I want to tell you guys a little bit about something, okay? So we're getting into the podcast a little bit now. We're not going to be up too long because I got to get some sleep, you guys. I am dead tired. She basically says I'm looking like I'm cheeched all day, and I'm in a parent-teachers conference earlier.
Yeah.
But to grant it, they actually asked me to come in and speak.
Yeah.
They're like, are you John from... I'm like, yeah, you know, and what do you do? You know, and tell us. And I'm like...
Well, they were like, oh, do you own this? And
you want to speak to the kids? And I'm like...
Yes.
I'm like, now? I'm like, not now. I'm like, maybe sometime.
No, I was like, I'm totally down for this. I just feel that...
Then they wanted my number, and I'm like, call her. She'll
No, I said, do you want his information? And then they're like, no, we have all the information, and we'll give you a call.
I'll tell you guys a little secret about me. Y'all be better off if you try to get a hold of me calling her. Because I'm one of them people that don't answer my phone. My voicemail is usually full, and I just don't care to answer any of that from anywhere. Like, I really...
But I don't answer unknown numbers. Yeah. That's the thing.
But if they left a message, you'd get it to me eventually.
No, yes, I would.
I'm very, very guarded about my time. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, I cannot... I don't know how people do it, like, talk on the phone all day. Like, I know these dudes who just talk on the phone all day long. You know, they're doing this and doing that. I just can't do it. Mm-hmm. Too busy, like, focusing on, like, technical work. Mm-hmm. And if I'm doing technical work and I'm building out stuff on the education, man, you can't stop and take a break and talk on the phone every 10 minutes. You get completely off track.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to really accomplish anything that you needed to accomplish that day.
And sometimes it does take me a week or two to get back to people. I'll be honest with you. You know, it's just one of them things. Like, I can't...
Yeah, but if I have somebody that's constantly calling and asking for you, I'm like, you better call this person.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Yes. Yes.
I just can't do it, guys. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like, I've learned in the past. And then I also... Here's the thing. I get these random people that have these business ideas and stuff like that, you know, and hit me up in a weird way like that. And... I'm very, very, very specific at anybody I'd ever partner with on any level in business. And it's like a marriage, man. You got to understand, I'd never get into business with somebody I don't know that well. Mm-hmm. So I get some weird requests like that occasionally, stuff like that. I don't want to deal with it, you know?
No.
But I want to tell you guys about something. I'm going to go back to the expo, right? So that night, we're going to finish up here talking about Friday night, okay?
Oh, wait a minute. We left out one thing that I wanted to tell everybody.
But you're supposed to keep us on track.
Thursday night, after we were down there at the bars and stuff like that, we come back, and John and I are just, like, giggling and just talking about funny stuff. And how we ended the night was we were both laying in bed, sharing a bag of Sun Chips together, and just... laughing and cuddling and spending some nice quality time together.
Eating chips in the bed, man, that's dangerous. You know what happens when them little corners fall off and you roll around and one of them hits you the wrong angle?
Or get stuck somewhere.
Eating crackers in the bed.
Yeah. Or get stuck somewhere.
Yeah, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Friday. Of course, we went to the show. We got everything set up. We thought we had everything running smoothly. We'll go to that on the next podcast, too, or maybe the third one. I don't know. But there's some interesting stories we got on all of these, right? So you'll definitely want to hang tight for the next one with the person. But I'm not going to go further into that. We cleared the energy, the vibe.
But Friday, that's when Woody and Amanda got in. And I don't know what it is, but here's the thing. Every time I'm around them two, love them to death. It is like... Angie just totally forgets how much alcohol she consumes when I'm with them. It is like you just get lost. You're living in the moment. Yeah. You get lost in the moment. You're just, it's every time.
Well, I mean, on top of that, we got Wade and Marissa.
I know. We're
out with Derek Kessler and Grace.
Yeah. Love
cool
her.
Dude. And love him. And we meet Brandon Peterson when we're out at the bar. We ended up Tony, Antonelli, and Sarah, which was a very rare treat because Tony, he doesn't like to get out and mingle around a bunch of people. He kind of chill dude, you know what I mean? So rare moment to hang out with him and Sarah, which was cool. She's awesome. He's an awesome dude. Had his buddy there, and I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. Probably listening to this thinking, but. Him and his girlfriend were awesome, cool as hell. But here's the deal. So we're all waiting for a ride, and I call an Uber XL. Dude pulls up, and he's just looks like a dick right off the bat. And I'm like, how many people you fit in this, And he's like, well, I could do, 6 people. And then he just has this look in his face. We had 9. We had 9 or 10 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, man, we got to call another one. He just drives off. I turn around and talk to them for 2 seconds, and he turned around and my Uber's driven off. Like, you dick, man. And so I grabbed the bellhop. I'm like, them big-ass vans over there, man. How much them cost to rent, Because they got all these big old vans lined up. He goes, oh, no. Hold on. Let me get you my boy. Dials that number right. Hands me the phone. And there's this guy on there. He's like, hey, boss. He's like, I'll be there in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. You wait right there, okay? So I'm like, cool, man. Got off the phone with him, right? So all of a sudden, this guy pulls up, right? And I think he had this music playing, he
had Sweet Caroline. It's like, Sweet Caroline.
Oh, yeah. Did he, put a hat on and run outside or something like that
the first night? Yeah, and he opened up the doors, and he pulled out a little step stool, and he helped all the women in.
Yep.
Oh, an older gentleman. Oh, he was... He was our driver for the
rest
weekend.
Of the weekend, yes. And everybody had stories about this guy, okay? Yes. Let me tell you something. This dude will get you anywhere you want to go in a quickness.
In Orlando.
Yeah,
and the traffic is, unbearable.
Unbearable.
It's horrible. It's stressful. But he... makes it an adventure and enjoyable.
Oh my God, it's like driving a roller coaster with somebody. He pulls out, and it's busy. He's like, oh, you guys don't want to be sitting all night here. You got to be out having fun. And next thing you know, he would literally get by people, start honking his horn, go honk, 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 until he got through 3 or 4 lanes of traffic. He would just honk his way all the way through traffic.
But he'd be hanging out the window.
Yeah, he would be hanging out the window going,
giving everybody compliments and stuff.
Yeah, he'd be like, sir, you look good. No speaking English. And then this guy was taking all these crazy ways. He found these back roads. He would find any way to get you where you need to go in a quickness.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a heads up because we went with him every night. Even on the second night, because we're probably not going to talk about the driver twice. We might talk about him a little bit. But even in the second night, there was traffic backed up at Saturday night in Orlando. Mm-hmm. Traffic backed up a mile long, and he's trying to get us to Mangoes. And I'm just going to talk about the drive. We'll tell you about Mangoes later, but I'll talk about the drive. This guy would honk his way all the way through traffic, find an alternative. He would get in lanes in the middle where people had to turn. He would pass everybody and get up to the head, and then honk his way in while he's playing music and strobing his lights by hand in there. And people were we were literally cheering this guy on. So here we go. We're getting off the exit right to go into Mangoes, and it is lined up. Everybody's making a right-hand turn, but nobody's in the left lane to make a left-hand turn. This guy bails all the way down the left-hand lane and just... and a semi just lets him right on in.
Mm-hmm.
Goes through the next lane of traffic, honk, 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 gets right into Mangoes. He got us from our hotel, you guys know where Mangoes is at, probably 15 or 10 miles away or something like that, in Orlando, in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Insane watching this guy.
And everybody's like, where did you guys find this driver?
And we're like, it's my boy. He's my boy. People try to give him money. He'd be like, go talk to the boss. I was the boss.
No, but Rocco's Taco and Tequila Bar, that was such a fun time on Friday night. That was the tequila night.
Yeah.
Margaritas, tequila shots, and I was a happy girl because when Mamacita over here, Angela, is drinking tequila, it's a good time. such a good time.
For sure.
I think I went back and was giving like everybody super duper like extremely nice compliments.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ate at Rocco's Tacos. You haven't checked out Rocco's Tacos Tequila Bar. It's phenomenal. I ended up carrying Brandon Peterson around the restaurant a little bit.
Oh, you did? I didn't see that.
Toss him up my shoulders, walking around with him.
You were?
Yeah. Oh, well, he only weighs probably, about 160, 170.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Yeah. And had the best steak. Wade ordered the most phenomenal steak I'd ever had at that place. It's probably the only thing I'm ever going to eat there from now on. It was a steak
and it had these
with avocado French fries.
And those were amazing.
Yeah. Most of the time we order the volcano rock thing that's like boiling. It like comes out. And basically it's like, not stir fry, but what's that Mexican version of stir fry?
A fajita.
A fajita in a bowl made out of a lava rock that just stays hot for like 30 minutes. The whole time you're there, it's hot.
I think everybody was just kind of like eating off of everybody's plates. Everybody's like, ooh, eat this. Ooh, eat that. I know, Lily.
Yeah.
Our schnauzer's like making a comfy spot here, and she's like getting angry about it.
I don't get it. Like, she will just like run around and look at one spot on the carpet and scratch it like it's changing the carpet.
Yeah, like she's
and
fluffing
it'll
it
anger
up.
her. She'll growl at it, and then finally she'll get it the way she wants, and she'll lay down on it.
I know.
I'm like, does it really feel that much different after
You know
doing
what's
that?
so funny? I was talking to Corey, and Corey's like, I need to meet your dog. I need to meet your schnauzer. And I'm like,
Yeah.
are you sure about that? And he's like, all dogs love me. And I'm like, I don't know if Lily's going to love you. I mean, she likes some people. She tolerates a lot of people. And he's like, no, she's going to love me. And I'm like, okay, next time you come to Ohio, I'll bring you over and we'll see if Lily likes you or not.
Yep, we will see, huh, Lily? She's a sweetheart to her family.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. They're the loveliest dog on planet Earth. But they're just, they're possessive.
Them are very, and
they're
very
possessive about their
territorial.
owners. They think that if you come along, you're going to take away attention from them. And they don't like that.
That's right. They don't like it. But back to Friday night after we got done with, oh yeah, that was the thing. Don't you remember? Like, I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, did Woody have on those jean Speedo things, or was I just like...
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and he did. He had them on.
Yep.
He did. But we all went back and drank that, what was it, that maple Canadian whiskey that Benoit gave us?
Yeah.
That bottle was gone that night. Like,
let me tell you guys something. Benoit, if you guys know who Benoit is, if you haven't met him, he was one of Mike Toledo's students from back in the day. Just an amazing person. Benoit is a really, really good guy. All of them guys, Shane Rosa, all of them, that come up and stay with Mike. Amazing people, right? And Benoit always brings something for everybody. He's like one of them classy type of guys, He shows up and he has a bottle of this Canadian maple syrup whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, I could have ate that. I could have drank that or put that on my pancakes.
Yeah. I
mean, it literally had a maple flavor that was unbelievable. I think it was a little low on the alcohol spectrum, but it was high enough to be a whiskey for sure. It's 30, like 2.9. Most of the Jack Daniels be like 40, so very, very close to like a Jack Daniels, but perfect. Sweetness was off the hook. We all went back and took shots of that.
And that bottle was gone. Well, I poured big shots for everybody, though.
Gone.
It was gone.
Gone.
I think after that, that's when it was like, everything just kind of like got blurry and kind of minced in.
Right?
It's like, you wake up and you're like, did this really happen, or was I just imagining this? Oh, did I talk about this? Oh, what did I say there? Well, I know I pretty much said everything nice.
You know what? To me, there's really not any fucks given. I finally learned to do that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate to say it, y'all, man, but I kind of live by this motto. I'm going to encourage you to live by this motto, too, all right? So I care about you, but I don't care about what you think about me. Period. Once you get to that point, though, all right, so once you become that, right, you're like, oh, wait, if I don't care what somebody thinks about me, everybody's going to hate me. That's the exact opposite. When you care about what everybody thinks about you, everybody starts to hate you. When you finally don't, but you're still a respectful human being, and you're still a good person, people don't like you because people don't like certain people because they're either a shitty person or they're jealous of them, or, there's many reasons why people don't like you.
Yeah. But
it's not because you care or you don't care. So take that burden off yourself. Focus on being a good person and building yourself up. And don't worry about what anybody else thinks about you.
True.
Right? And that will make more people love you and like you than the other one. And I'll be honest with you, y'all, in life, I respect people that have, basically it's warm or hot. You know what I mean? Like you like them or you don't.
Yeah.
The people who I have the least respect for are the ones that walk in lukewarm waters. And they just tippy-toe because them are the ones that are afraid. And they're afraid to be themselves, typically. Mm-hmm. They're afraid to stand up for who they are.
Yeah.
Right? And that was a version of me in the past, you know? So I know who that person is. And I'm fucking glad I learned how to become who I am today.
Mm-hmm. Holla!
You know? So.
You didn't tell everybody what my shirt said this evening.
Your shirt says fancy as fuck. And she is. All right. You ready to crack this one out?
Yes.
I'm done with it, y'all. I'm tired. All right.
Tired.
And it's getting close to 9. It's my bedtime.
Yeah, I need a good night because he looked like a hot mess. Hot
It's
mess.
bad, y'all. All right, everybody. So I appreciate you. As usual, we'll see you on that next one.
Yep, and it's all about the hustle.
Boing, boing, boing.